Hello, everybody. It's the Fantasy Football Almanac here, back at it with another best ball draft. Today, we are hopping into a puppy draft. It's a $5 league on Underdog Fantasy. Basically, you go up against a couple other people, 12 other people exactly. And you end up in a league. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus here. Not sure if I should take Christian McCaffrey or Cooper Kupp. I'm a little torn. Both obviously awesome options. Here, I think Cooper Kupp's probably the move. Probably gonna end up taking Kupp here. Um, so either way, yeah, we're doing a best ball fantasy draft, fantasy league, and in best ball, only the best people start. So every week, um, it automatically takes your lineup in and out. So like, let's say Cooper Kupp has a bad week and Van Jefferson has a great week. He outperforms him. Van Jefferson's automatically inserted into your lineup. Uh, so there is a little bit more value placed on having very boomer bust type prospects. Um, we do end up taking Cooper Kupp here at the 103. I think that is a pretty interesting pickup. I do like Cooper Kupp. I think McCaffrey falling to the 105 is almost unheard of. That's ridiculous. I've almost never seen that before. This guy must be partying his ass off right now. Either way, I would have definitely taken him at the 105. I probably would have taken him at the 104, honestly. It's just Cooper Kupp is just so good. Christian McCaffrey has the ceiling to totally break fantasy football, and I don't want to fade him. But I just think Cooper Kupp had the best wide receiver season perhaps we've ever seen of all time. It's absolutely crazy. If not the best, the most perfect wide receiver season. So I do like Cooper Kupp, and that offense is still pretty shallow. I mean, who else do they have? Allen Robinson. Definitely an interesting, guy to have, but not somebody you're seriously worried about taking 140 targets away. And Tyler Higbee, uh, I just don't see it. So that's why we went Cooper Kupp here. Now we have tons and tons of running backs coming off the board. We have the next seven of the 8 picks here have been running backs. We got Stephon Diggs, the lone wide receiver in that group. Uh, the only uh, wide receivers going off the board in that time. Now we have Lacatius. I don't know. Lakitu. I'm just gonna call him Lakitu Island. I think that's a cool little nickname. Goes Travis Kelce and DeAndre Swift. I do like the floor. DeAndre Swift, I was looking into it. I think DeAndre Swift probably has one of the safest floors in all of fantasy football. I mean, last year he was running back 7 in points per game basis. He definitely, with his pass catching, can get over 100 targets. And there really is no downside to taking a guy like DeAndre Swift. Here we have Mark Andrews coming off the board at the 202. Wow, that's pretty early for Mark Andrews. I don't mind it whatsoever. I'm fine with it. Um, I do like Mark Andrews as a player, one, and two. I think he is being pretty slept on in his ADP right now. There's a lot of guys in this range that I think could technically pretty much be overvalued. You look at a guy like Mike Evans. I mean, I don't know if Mike Evans is overvalued. I wouldn't really call him totally overvalued. But Mark Andrews is in a situation where he got 1,300 yards last year, and the wide receiver one just left. Mike Evans is in a similar situation, obviously, with Chris Godwin leaving. But anyways, I digress. We're 2 picks away right now. Really hoping to get one of these two backs available right now. If I could just get one of them, I'd be fine with that. Whether that be Aaron Jones or Leonard Fournette. I probably prefer, honestly. I'm not too sold on Aaron Jones this year. I'm a little concerned with volume, total volume he's going to get. But if he does fall to me at 17.5, which he at 22, he's got an ADP of 17.5. Getting a value like that in the first 2 rounds is really good to see. And then here we could either go with Nick Chubb or Keenan Allen, depending on who we're feeling. But one of them two should be on the board. And either way, I am not mad. We do have Keenan Allen coming off the board here at the 212. Crackety Joe, he's got Jonathan Taylor. I'm assuming he doesn't want to take another running back. If he does, we lose out. This guy, I'm a little worried about taking a running back here. And Michael Pittman. These dudes, they love Michael Pittman. We're going to go with Nick Chubb here. We got Aaron Jones and Nick Chubb and Cooper Kupp. Oh my God. This team is absolutely insane to start. Holy crap. Now we got Kyle Pitts. Wow. You guys are watching a pretty good draft here, honestly. Pretty lucky draft. We're getting value on value on value. That's what it is. We take them to Value Town, make our money, and then get out. That's what it is. Alvin Kamara going to pick 26. I guess this guy doesn't know that Alvin Kamara was in fact suspended. Although Alvin Kamara I do like in the late third, early fourth round. At this point it is a little concerning to take Alvin Kamara all the way up there when he is going to be suspended 6 games. And you do have options like Nick Chubb. Um, usually you know, usually Keenan Allen as well, although in this situation wasn't to be. I like Marquise Hollywood Brown's ADP a lot too, although taking him at 30 does seem a little high to me. It is a little risky too with Marquise, simply because he's got DeAndre Hopkins coming back too, which is a little scary. I think his overall volume should be great. And he's going into one of the rare teams I would say is a better offense. His main problem has always been traps, honestly. That's really the only thing. I mean, he's a very talented wide receiver, can burn you. Lamar had multiple throws, putting it right in their breadbasket, and Marquise Howard Brown just flat out dropped him. That's what it is. He says he didn't like the system. He got 140 targets. I mean, but I do like Marquise Howard Brown and Kyler Murray run offense. I do think he fits the scheme really, really well in an offense like that. So I do like Marquise Howard Brown this year. Hopefully he can actually hang on to the ball, maybe do a little bit of training, catch some more balls. Um, and we have Mike Williams coming off the board at 31, Javonte and Travis Etienne, 32 and 33, DJ Moore at 35, and Josh Allen falling all the way to pick 35. You don't see that too often. You really don't. Josh Allen going at the very, very end of the third. I do. I mean, at that point, I feel like you have to take him. And now this guy has one great running back, one great tight end, and one great quarterback. You can go wide receiver here next round. Maybe get a guy like DeAndre Hopkins here if that's who he's feeling. He can really mix it up. Do what he wants to do. It's pretty interesting. I do like this guy's draft so far. He's getting all positions besides wide receiver because he knows you can go wide receiver late most likely. Wide receivers have been coming off the board at about an average rate. Wow, I just noticed that James Conner is still on the board. I repeat, James Conner is still on the board. Holy crap, I don't think he's going to last for much longer. I mean, he can't. James Conner, ADP of 33. Now it's pick 38, 39. Gabe Davis over James Conner here. I can't see it. My mouth is watering right now just looking at that. We're not going to get him, though. We got James Conner, Jalen Waddle, Deontay Johnson on the board. Jalen Waddle coming off the board. Wow. 6 picks away, too. James Conner coming off the board here. Makes sense. I mean, really can't be surprised. It's James Conner. I mean, guy's an absolute beast. Can't be surprised whatsoever. Here, there's a couple guys we like. If we could somehow get Deontay Johnson, we'll take Deontay Johnson. If not, I would take Breece Hall or Cam Akers or Jerry Jeudy. Probably, I don't know. I'm a little torn. Probably, I guess Breece Hall or Cam Akers. I don't know. I guess I take Breece Hall now that his ADP is higher than Cam Akers. I kind of knew this day was coming. I probably should have always been drafting Breece Hall above Cam Akers, but you live and you learn. We got Justin Herbert coming off the board at pick 42, Kittle at 43, Jeudy at 44. It is possible. Will I say plausible? No, but it is possible to get Deontay Johnson. If not, we got to take Zeke here. I mean, we just have to. I think Zeke is too much of a value at this point not to take. And now we have 3 elderly running backs. These guys, they're dinosaurs. They're absolute dinosaurs. I never usually take, none of these 3 running backs do I usually take. But getting all 3 of these running backs here at values, when the wide receivers were just clear tier drop off, I have to do it. Here, even though this might sound crazy, if Breece Hall's off the board, different story. Breece Hall's off the board, we probably go somebody else. But now, we take all of our running backs. This is every single running back every single running back that we need. We're not taking another running back for the rest of this draft. And I feel totally comfortable with that. We have four phenomenal running backs. I never do this, but I love this team. Now, we just grab value wherever we can. Hopefully, grab somebody like Dalton Schultz next round, pair him up with Joe Burrow or something like that. We're in a really good position because we have a position totally done with now. We can get somebody potentially like Amari Cooper. Like, and the thing is, too, the thing why I feel really comfortable about this and why I'm glad now is because we have Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp basically acts as two wide receivers, essentially. He's that good. So the fact now that we have two wide receivers in one, basically, with Cooper Kupp, we never have to worry about Cooper Kupp. And four insane running backs. Now we just got to make sure we can get some average quarterback play, um, some average tight end play, and kind of ride from there. If we could get Dalton Schultz, I mean, that would really be a money move. Um, there really isn't too many other players that I would really love here. I mean, if we could somehow get value on Pat Mahomes, or if any of these three quarterbacks fell to me, I would gladly take them. Especially seeing the way quarterbacks have fallen. I mean, Lamar just came off the board at the 508. Usually he's a 501, 502 guy, the latest. So it is interesting to see. Um, Darnell Mooney coming off the board here as well. Rashad Bateman, Darnell Mooney going back to back here. It sucks. I wish they were drafts where you could get both of them, but it's very rare. I've had it happen to me maybe once when I was at the 512 and just had Rashad Bateman and Darnell Mooney fall to me. But it's very rare. It's hard, which honestly stinks because I would love to pair them both up. They're both receivers that I'm pretty high on. Chris Godwin coming off the board all the way at pick 54. I do like that, honestly. That's a pretty good take. I love a lot of the wide receivers in this area. From Chris Godwin to Darnell Mooney. And Elijah Mitchell coming off the board at pick 59. Very early for Elijah Mitchell. Here, Lakitu Island has a very interesting path. He could go and get Patrick Mahomes if he wants to. He realistically could. Which is crazy. You never see Pat Mahomes fall to pick 60. It's a very unique team combination, and he has Travis Kelce, so it works out really well. He does go Patrick Mahomes. I'm not surprised. I mean, come on. Seeing Patrick Mahomes fall to you when you have Travis Kelce, you can't ask for anything better than that. Like, oh my God. Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Wow. Holy crap. This guy's sitting pretty. I bet you're feeling pretty good about taking Travis Kelce right about now. And now he could also go somebody else. He could get J.K. Dobbins, secure a second RB spot. I really like this guy's team. I mean, his wide receivers are okay. But he goes Antonio Gibson, or a little reach on Gibson. Not a little reach, a big reach on Antonio Gibson in terms of ADP. But I like the Gibson value a fair amount, honestly. I think at 61, maybe it's a reach. But considering I probably could get him at 75. But I do like the value on Gibson. I think it is pretty dang good value. I got Amari Cooper coming off the board at 62. We're really hoping these running backs start coming off the board now, like J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs. We want Dylan off the board. We want all these guys off the board. And it probably will happen. None of these guys really have any running backs. This guy's got one running back. This guy's got one running back. Three people with one running back. So I'm imagining J.K. Dobbins and Josh Jacobs should both be off the board. We got Kyler Murray off the board too. There's really two guys we like right now. And it is possible that we can get one of them. If not, I mean, I don't really want to have to take J.K. Dobbins or Josh Jacobs. I don't think it'll come to that point. I really hope not, at least. That would honestly be devastating to me if that happened. But I really just don't think it will. I really hope not. Oh my God. And we just get 5 running backs, and then we seriously don't have to worry about running backs for the whole rest of the draft, which would actually be insane. It would actually be like a pretty interesting strategy to just have I've never done it before, so maybe it'll be interesting to see how this team fares, and just grab the best running backs in the entire league by far. Wow, oh my God. But if these two guys fall to me, Jalen Hurts and Dalton Schultz, I probably will go Jalen Hurts here, most likely. Now I'm glad. I'm really glad J.K. Dobbins is off the board. Please get Josh Jacobs off this board as well. That would be nice. or keep him and reach on a player like I don't know, like Drake London or something. I would probably like Drake London honestly in the next round. He goes Russell Gage. Here, both these guys don't have a QB, so I'm probably gonna go Jalen Hurts. Although neither of these guys have a tight end either, though. We're gonna go Jalen Hurts here, though. Um, I really do like Jalen Hurts and getting him 5 picks behind it. Okay, and Joe Burrow goes off the board immediately after, making our pick look a lot better. We got Crackety Joe here, potentially gonna rob us on Dalton Schultz. I'll probably end up taking Josh Jacobs with one of his picks here, but the other one's really anyone's guess. And we could easily get robbed here on Schultz, which would suck. Meaning we would have to take 3 tight ends most likely. But with a team like this, you can't complain. You can't be mad. Having to forego getting Dalton Schultz potentially. Potentially. It'll be very interesting to see here, though, who they go. Drake London falling a ton. Wow. He was like 4 or 5 picks ahead of ADP on DeAndre Hopkins just 2 or 3 days ago. Now he's fallen all the way to pick 75. These ADPs have been wild recently. I don't know if it's because there's been so many drafts, but unlikely to sign an extension. That's fine. It's redraft. Um, Here we are 1 pick away from getting our guy Dalton Schultz, and we wanted him at pick 70. We almost took him at pick 70. So getting him at pick 75, I think is really good. Now we have one of every position, at least average, at minimum average, and our running backs are absolutely insane. Now we just gotta go. We gotta hammer these wide receivers and tight ends. We'll wait. We'll do the usual Deshaun Watson strategy, uh, and pair him up with a little Jalen Hurts, unless we get supreme value, which I don't think we will. Also, I really do like having this pick, like pick 3, because you can get Christian Watson a fair amount of the time in the 10th round. You can get Rondell Moore or Michael Gallup a lot of times in the 11th round, which are both really good wide receivers. And then rounds 8 and 9, there's like a lot of good players in this area too. You can get somebody like T.J. Hawkinson if need be, and I might end up taking T.J. Hawkinson here if he does fall to me. I feel like T.J. Hawkinson went from being a really bad pick to being like absolutely slept on. Now I see him as a totally slept on player. You can get a guy like Damian Harris in that range, although and at this point I'm not taking a Damian Harris. Wow, there's a lot of players falling. Got Miles Sanders and Lazard still on the board here, which is really interesting. We got a little bit of a wide receiver run going. We ended up getting Dalton Schultz in the middle of this run, but that's okay. We ended up getting our quarterback too right when we wanted to. That's perfect. We got it. We couldn't have gotten Jalen Hurts at a better time. Alan Lazard coming here off the board at pick 82. Christian Kirk at 83. Wow. This has been a crazy wide receiver run, which is a little sad because it's a position we need badly. But I really hope at least that some of these running backs start coming off the board. The Miles Sanders of the world, Tom Brady's of the world, start coming off the board here. So that way we can start getting a little more value. Lakitu Island taking the full time yet again. He takes his sweet time every time. I don't blame him, but I draft the total opposite way. So we do see a lot more of these wide receivers really starting to come off the board here. It is a little concerning, not gonna lie. It is pretty concerning to have this many wide receivers coming off the board because it's the exact position that we need right now. We need it bad, and it's looking like then Christian Watson, Rondell Moore may not be there for us at the picks we want, unless these running backs start really flying off the board. We get Miles Sanders, thankfully. Andy Devil is up. He took Christian Kirk in the last round. Will he take another wide receiver? I guess it does make sense now. Looking at all the running back value we were able to obtain, the reason we got it was because a lot of these guys love their wide receivers. Devin Singletary coming off the board here very early. Exactly what we want to see. Get these guys off the board. This guy's got 1 running back. This guy's got 2. 1, 2. This guy has 3, so he'll probably go wide receiver, and he does. But most of these guys should. I emphasize the word should go running back. At least 3 of the 5, I would say. Especially staring at guys like Tony Pollard, who goes off the board here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, TJ Hawkinson off the board, ripping our hearts out. Treylon Burks has fallen a real good bit in terms of his ADP. His ADP was all the way at 72, and I hated him there. I couldn't fathom why people were taking him at that point. But now at 93, it's a lot more tolerable at this point. Hopefully we can get some more of these dudes off the board. Maybe we do get Stafford here. I think we do go Stafford because we have Cooper Kupp. Getting a little stack. A little Cooper Kupp Stafford stack. And now we don't need any more QBs. We have they have the same bye. That stinks. Oh my god. Alright, well anyways, week 7's a loss anyways. We had Cooper Kupp on a bye, so week 7, we'll chalk it up. It's a loss. But now we can go with maybe somebody like Dallas Goedert, get a little stack, or Dawson Knox. I do like Dawson Knox over Dallas Goedert. But I guess with Jalen Hurts, it is a little bit smarter, provide more boom weeks for us. So I think we will probably go Dallas Goedert here. Unless Treylon Burks is on the board, maybe. Treylon Burks is not on the board, so we will go Dallas Goedert. So now we have our quarterbacks, our tight ends completely set. Our running backs are completely set. There is one position left. One position only that we are chasing. We need wide receivers to fall this round. We need wide receivers to fall as badly as possible. We need these guys get on their knees, start taking anything else but wide receivers. We need the Derek Carrs of the world, Kareem Hunts of the world. Get out of here. Get out of here now. All these guys, I'm starting up as many of them as I can. We got a list. 15 wide receivers deep, at least. A lot of guys on here. It could be pretty interesting, too. Now that we are about halfway through the video, I would like to say if you guys are enjoying the content so far, if you guys like it, please go down, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of this draft strategy. Tell me you think, is it smart, is it dumb, is it stupid, anything. And if you really do enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. It's completely free. You can always change your mind later. I thank you guys so much for watching the video. Anyways, let's get back to the draft. Here we got Garrett Wilson coming off the board. Ramondre Stevenson, Robert Woods, Derek Carr. We got a lot of these running backs. I imagine quarterback's probably going to be coming off the board soon. I couldn't imagine Aaron Rodgers staying on the board much longer. It would be awesome if he comes off the board here, get him off the board. We get guys like Rashad Penny off, Dawson Knox off, Cordero Patterson. There's so many running backs that I just can't stand to see here. We got Melvin Gordon, thank God. I imagine this guy will probably end up taking wide receiver here. Maybe a quarterback. Maybe he does. He's got Pat Mahomes, so he doesn't really need it, but it is possible. Now we're just going to be ripping these wide receivers, hopefully getting some value out of the people. Because a lot of these people don't have tight ends. They don't have 2 quarterbacks. They don't have 1 quarterback. A lot of these guys need other positions, and they're really not targeting them that much, so it is interesting to see. Sometimes in drafts like this, I do think that it would be better not to go against the grain as much and get these wide receivers, but I don't understand as much the philosophy of reaching so bad. I don't. I really just can't fathom it. So that's not what we're going to do. We take the value. We go to Value Town. We get value anywhere we can. We get value with Breece Hall. We get value with Zeke, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones. Rashad Penny coming off the board finally, a little 10 picks later than ADP. We got Dawson Knox on the board, who I could actually consider taking here. I probably wouldn't. I think I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to jinx it. Is the right decision. You guys all know who I'm talking about here. If he does make it to me, I will gladly scoop him up. Oh, man. He does not make it to us. We are kind of in a little bit of a predicament now. We need the wide receivers as many as we can. So we'll hammer. We'll absolutely just hammer. Hopefully we can get Gallup here. It would be a little bit ahead of ADP, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much if you have this little above ADP. And wide receivers are absolutely flying off this board. So when you look at it that way, it's a little different. We got Kirk Cousins coming off the board. We need a bunch of these guys to really start coming off the board here. It stinks looking at this board, seeing Aaron Rodgers here still somehow on the board. That's crazy to me. Pick 105, and I mean, I'm not taking him. This guy, Crackety Joe, probably will end up taking him. I mean, just looking at this board, it's actually nuts. Uh, how much running back value there is right now. The thing is, though, this is how I drift. I like to get my running backs early, and then I don't like touching these guys, yeah, at all. So it makes a lot of sense. Here now, we just pretty much have to have your wide receivers. That's it. We're probably going to end up with 9 or 10 guys, honestly. I could definitely see us ending up with, because what is it? 2, 4, 2, that's 8. Then how many rounds is it? 18. So yeah, wow. We will probably end up with 9 or 10 wide receivers even. Maybe I could see myself taking James Cook here. Especially now that Jacoby Myers is off the board. Maybe we do go James Cook, get one more running back. Yeah, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take one last running back. We're gonna take one last dip in this pool of value. And then we are completely done taking any position but wide receiver. It's nice. We get to take a dip in the pool of good value here. Because we get Dallas Goedert here, so we don't have to. I mean, taking Chase Evans there might have been a little nicer. But taking James Cook here, letting this value come to us yet again. And now a lot of these guys, they do need to catch up. They really need to catch up. They need to get themselves wide receivers, or running backs. Quarterbacks, they need tight ends. They need everything but wide receiver. Let these guys like Mecole go off the board. Who cares about Mecole? Let's get Isaiah Spiller off the board too. Hopefully, all these guys keep, switching it up and start taking these, running backs, these tight ends and everything. Because with pick 142, I would really like some value, honestly, at wide receiver. Something I haven't seen this whole time. I'm so glad. I'm really glad, though, that I did take Cooper Kupp here. If not, none of this strategy would have been possible. Because this strategy is really crazy. I mean, it's something I've really never done before. But it is nice. The only positional weakness that I have is tight end. It's a wide receiver. And wide receiver, I still have a 1 Cooper Kupp. So it is pretty interesting. I do like it. For the most part, my flex position will be filled with running backs. For the most part, my quarterbacks are chilling. I will lose week 7, which sucks. But I do have Cooper Kupp on week 7, Dallas Goedert on week 7 bye. I have a lot of these guys on week 7 bye, so it's okay. Here we probably are going to hope for Joshua Palmer and Van Jefferson. Oh my god. Dude, these wide receivers not falling. People are really just taking their wide receivers. Devontae Parker coming off the board too. It's crazy. I'm the only person defying this wide receiver strategy. I don't see anybody else with more running backs and wide receivers. But that's what I do like to do. I like to go against the grain, take the value where I can. And now, hopefully, none of these guys are going to be taking any more wide receivers because there's so many wide receivers gone already. You got so much value on the board in terms of Mike Gesicki, Pat Freiermuth. There's a lot of guys you can consider taking here that are not that are not wide receivers. So hopefully, I mean, Van Jefferson is a wide receiver 3. Doesn't really feel too good. Doesn't really feel happy. I don't feel happy about it, but it's a. The thing is that's good. It's one position of weakness. Every other position is a strength, which I do like. I have 3 positions of strength and 1 position of weakness. Here we got Van Jefferson here. Wide receiver 3 is a little tough. But we do have him on potential boom weeks. We got him with a stack with Matt Stafford. We pretty much are monopolizing this Los Angeles Rams team. If we had taken Cam Akers here, we would have had practically everybody. Um, Here I'm probably gonna take uh Jalen Tolbert as well, honestly, if he's there. Uh, get him not at a value, but pretty much at ADP, which would be nice. And also since I have Gallup, it is nice to have that tandem. One of them goes off, one of them doesn't. It's a nice backup plan, nice good option. Here we are gonna take Jalen Tolbert, week one starter potentially, according to that article. Um, so we do have three rookies now. But it is interesting. Week 7 and Week 9, we are taking a loss. Week 7 and Week 9, we are 100% taking a loss. But that's okay. 2 weeks, I kind of like that better, honestly. If you're guaranteed to lose 1 week or 2 weeks to buys, but you have every other week, pretty much everybody there, I think it is way, way better like that, in my opinion. Because, like, you take a loss for 1 or 2 weeks, but then your whole team is strong for the rest of it. You're more likely to win most other games. You get rid of most of your buys in 1 or 2 weeks, and then you're able to win a ton of other games. Um, it's definitely been an interesting draft so far. You can tell these people are pretty experienced because they are hammering these wide receivers early and often, and a lot of them. These quarterbacks have been falling a fair amount. I think Trevor Lawrence, there's no way his ADP's actually, I guess not really as much so. I'm hoping get Tyrion Davis Price and Tyler Algier off the board. I'm going to be tempted to take them, but I'm not going to. They're still on the board, but they better not be. Um, yeah, there's a lot of players. This wide receiver wall is drying up surprisingly quickly. It is a little unfortunate, but hey, that's just the way puppy drafts go sometimes. When you have so much value on the board, sometimes you got to just take it and run. Got value on Jalen Hurts, Staff. I got value on pretty much everybody. Can't be mad. Can't be mad with value at almost every other position. And I do like this team. I really do, honestly. These wide receivers kind of blow, aside from 01 Cooper Cup. But this team is really interesting. I feel like this team has the boom potential to really go far, but also has the bust potential to completely die out. It all just depends. Um, I think this team is really, really strong, though. I think if we go far, we're gonna go really, really far. I think at least. You never know though. Here we got a pretty nice hodgepodge of positions coming off the board. We got 4 running backs. We got 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a quarterback. Naheem Hines, Darrell Henderson, Alec Pierce, Trevor Lawrence, Robbie Anderson, Robert Tonyan, Marvin Jones, Michael Carter, and Kenneth Gainwell. I think it is interesting seeing Michael Carter and Kenneth Gainwell coming off the board. Not guys I would take personally, not guys I really like at all. Uh, but they do have opportunity for starting roles if their main backs go down, so I guess it is possible. But when you're in purely backup territory like this is why I don't like waiting too long to get these running backs because you're really just drafting them with your fingers crossed at this point. And I guess it makes your ceiling a little higher if, for instance, Dalvin Cook goes down and Madison comes in. But the odds of that are pretty low. I feel like you're going to be losing a ton of leagues drafting with a strategy like that. You're going to be winning some leagues, of course. I mean, I guess the upside is higher. And that is my philosophy a lot of the time. But I feel like running backs are more important to get quality players on. Because these wide receivers, I think these wide receivers I'm looking at right now, all of them could have crazy boom weeks, once or twice a season. So you get like 9 or 10 of them. Uh, and a few of them have boom weeks, 2 or 3 times. That's fine. These running backs, you need your running backs to stay healthy and be strong and be talented running backs. Paris Campbell comes off the board. That's a little annoying. Here we are going to take George Pickens. I'm going to pick Pickens here. And then hopefully get KJ Hamler, even though he is now going to be 10 picks above his ADP if I do get him at 171. But the way this draft's looking, I mean, it's ADP's thrown out the window pretty much. I mean, there's just so many running backs on the board and so little of anything else. So little. We're gonna take KJ Hamler here as well. Get even another wide receiver on week 9 bye. Yeah, we're losing week 9. We're losing week 7, but that's okay. We'll be winning tons and tons of other weeks, tons, which is so honestly exactly how I like to build a team. But I think some people would probably disagree with me on that philosophy. But this is exactly how I like to build a team. Get everybody on the same bye. We'll get KJ Hamler, another week 9 wide receiver. We'll have 4 week 9 wide receivers, and the other 2 are week 7, along with Dalton Schultz. We're gonna have like 7 buys on week 9. It's actually crazy how many week 9 buys we have and how many week 7 buys we have. But it's no matter. Here we are getting KJ Hamler. Here we got Hayden Hurst coming off the board. I do like Hayden Hurst a lot. Darrell Williams and Jamal Williams. We got 2 Williams going back to back, just like in the last draft we did. Khalil Herbert and Tyler Algier. It is good. We got Tyrion Davis Price off the board as well. We got all these running backs. Now it's starting to even out just a tad bit. I mean, wide receivers are still coming off the board way more often than usual, but it's starting to temper expectations, which is good. We got some tight ends coming off the board too. Thank God. I'm not trying to see any of these tight ends. The only other player I could consider taking here is Deshaun Watson, but the thing is, I really don't think I am. I'm gonna actually unstar him. The reason I don't think I am is because there's pretty good odds Deshaun Watson's suspended more than by week 7. So I don't think taking him is really worth it to mitigate because Jalen Hurts and Matt Stafford will get the job done on their own for the most part. Just again, another quick reminder: if you guys could go down to the comments, leave a nice comment, leave me a like, and if you really want to subscribe, it would honestly mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. I really hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know if there's anything I could work on, get better at, anything. And with that, back to the video. Here we have tons and tons of tight ends coming off the board. Absolute tons of tight ends. We got crazy tight ends coming off the board. 5 tight ends in 1 round. That's wild. And Julio Jones, Curtis Samuel, Marlon Mack. I don't get Marlon Mack at all. I don't think he has even a chance at starting. I'd much rather have Dameon Pierce. I mean, obviously, I guess with ADP, that reflects well. Oh my God, look at this. Matt Ryan on the board, ADP of 156 still on the board. Daniel Jones, ADP of 157 still on the board. Zach Wilson, 173 still on the board. Oh my God, these quarterbacks are not coming off the board here. People probably know in these drafts that quarterbacks stay on the board pretty late, so that's why they're waiting. Makes a lot of sense. Here we got Wan'Dale Robinson coming off the board about 10 picks before ADP. I would really like Will Fuller. I'd really like AJ Green. I'd really like Devin Duvernay. After this, it kind of gets a little gross in the wide receiver department. So I'm going to have to really hope that I can get some good guys here. Jared Goff comes off the board. That's what we need. We need more people to take QBs. Take QBs. Don't take Devin Duvernay. Take QBs. That would be great for us. We got Baker Mayfield coming off the board. A lot of people coming off the board. My apologies for the yawn. We got a lot of people. We're 5 picks away now, too. We're going to get a couple more of these wide receivers, no matter who they are. I wonder what. Oh, yeah, Will Fuller it's not on a team, so we can't check his bye. I was hoping he fit, though, the week 9 bye schedule that our team has. Here we also have AJ Green on the board. Could provide some nice stability for our wide receiver core. Give us a stable couple weeks before he either gets injured or D-Hop comes back and completely replaces him. But there's a couple of good options. We got 5 great running backs, though. I love looking at this running back room. It's just so nice looking. Quarterbacks, same thing. I mean, our quarterbacks are just so nice. Here we probably will get Will Fuller here, and we do. So we'll take Will Fuller. Probably AJ Green as well, or David Bell. Or even Terrace Marshall is possible. I think I might go Terrace Marshall here. Stock is trending up, apparently. I do like Terrace Marshall, though. He's got he's taking a massive leap, according to star tailback Christian McCaffrey. But I do very much like Terrace Marshall. I think he is a very interesting going into his second year to be potentially the wide receiver two in that offense. It is possible. Baker Mayfield likes him. It is certainly possible. And I always like those teams that get new quarterbacks that don't really have too many great options. I mean, DJ Moore's obviously one of them, and Robbie Anderson's okay. But at the same time, it's nice because you figure if Baker Mayfield starts bringing up some chemistry with some of these wide receivers, then guys like Terrace Marshall could get a chance to shine that they otherwise might not have. Here we are, another 18 picks away. We're probably going to go wide receiver here. But I'm probably going to end the video here. I'll let you guys know who I get in the comments. But now we have to wait all the way till 2:14. So I'll let you guys know who I get in the comments, whether it be David Bell or AJ Green or somebody of that nature. But I hope you guys all had an awesome day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And thank you guys so much for watching.